Welcome to the next video on values and ethics. In this video, we are going to talk about responsible authorship in engineering research. So let us start. The first question is, how can credit for research contribution be assigned? So, credit for research contribution can be assigned in three principal ways. What are these? First one is by authorship. That is, by making someone a part of the authors depending upon the contribution made. Second one, by citation. For using someone's previously published work, we use citation. A written acknowledgement for some contribution in present research that neither qualifies for citation or authorship. So, what are the qualifications for authorship? Authorship makes a person accountable for report. So, a person is eligible for authorship of report when at least both of these conditions are met. What are these conditions? That person has made a significant contribution with respect to research design, theory development, development of prototype, analysis and interpretation etc. to the research reported. Second condition is that the person has reviewed or approved the final manuscript. Now, what are the IEEE norms for qualification for authorship? You can see here that a person has made a significant intellectual contribution with respect to theoretical development, system or experimental design, prototype development or analysis of associated work of what is contained in the manuscript. Second is contributed to drafting or reviewing or revising the manuscript. Third is approved the final version of the manuscript. So these are the norms for qualification for authorship. Now, what are the responsibilities of an author for a research article? So each author is accountable for entire report until and unless specific statements are made with respect to the contribution made by each author. In absence of any such statements, all are equally accountable for the integrity and competence of research reported. So, every author is accountable for entire report. Fine, unless some specific statements are made. Now, what are the categories of authors? First one is lead author. He or she holds principal responsibility for the work. He is the one who has made greatest intellectual contribution to work and bears responsibility for whole report, even if other specific contributions are specified. So, lead author holds the principal responsibility for the work. Submitting author, the one who submits the manuscript, deals with journal editors, only point of correspondence, owns a special responsibility to see that all authors have fulfilled the criteria for authorship, makes sure that special journal requirements are met. Third one is corresponding author, the one whom interested people can contact for the work published for any clarifications or queries or doubts. Next one is senior author. The term is ambiguous and most of the time indicates the lead author or the senior most author, usually the one of highest academic rank or of the greatest reputation in the field. So, how we can share credit among co-authors? As collaborations are becoming very common, it becomes essential that early discussions are held and issues regarding sharing of co-authorships are resolved. Why this is important? It will help in avoiding misunderstandings as well as conflict of interest at a later stage when work is in the final stages of submission or print. So what exactly is the order of authors? How we are going to determine? The first author usually used for the lead author. What exactly lead author is? A lead author is usually indicated by keeping his name as the first author. We have already discussed who exactly is the lead author in previous slides. Last author, whose name appears as the last in the manuscript. It usually implies the author who has made the least contribution. Now let us understand with an example. This is one of the manuscript, that is prediction of thermal conductivity and damage in Indian Jalore granite for design of underground research laboratory. You can find this in the web page. The link has been shown here. When you click on this link or type, then you are going to see this page. Here article's title has been mentioned, plus when it was published it has been mentioned, author list have been mentioned. You can see one male symbol here which indicates the corresponding author. Again, name of the journal, abstract has been shown. So in this way you are going to see this. Now affiliations, you can see here author information has been provided, like University College of Engineering and Technology, Vinoba University, Hazaribagh. 4 authors are from this institution: Dr. Manish Kumar Jha, Arun Kumar Mishra, Harshvardhan and Shashank Kumar Singh. Indian Institute of Technology, BHU Varanasi, Professor A.K. Verma, and so on. And here it has been mentioned that corresponding author is Professor A.K. Verma. Now, references has also been mentioned here. Further, ethics declaration, the most important thing. Conflict of interest. The authors would like to declare that there is no conflict of interest related to this manuscript. Additional information has also been provided, plus acknowledgement. The funding agency, the organization who have sponsored the research has to be acknowledged. So authors are very much thankful to the National Project Implementation Unit, NPIU, a unit of MHRD, Government of India, for implementation of World Bank assisted project in technical education, for providing the funding for the study under the CRS scheme, and project ID has also been mentioned in this acknowledgement. So how can you cite this article? It has been shown here. Further, the process, that is starting from the receiving of the article till the publication. It has been received on 6th of April 2020, accepted on 25th March 2021 and published online on 18th April 2021. DOI has also been mentioned here. Keywords and all those things are mentioned. So references is NPTEL course on ethics in engineering practices. Thank you for watching.